I created Impossible Foods to fix the greatest environmental threat that humanity has ever faced, which is the catastrophic impact of our use of animals as a food technology.
First and foremost, Pat is a scientist. He's a scientist by training. He spent most of his career as a scientist. He didn't even become a CEO of a startup until he was 57 years old. And that means that he is very much a heavyweight intellect. He's very data-driven and evidence-based. You can't really persuade him to do much of anything unless you have a very solid argument rooted in facts and guided by first principles. Question everything, work back, and really take a look at any issue you're struggling with or trying to tackle based on science, evidence, and first principles.
The food world, from the innovation perspective, is boring. It's just because no one's trying, okay? It's not that it's not possible to innovate. The more I know this business, the more I feel like, holy cow, there's so many wide open opportunities to do better, but people just think of it as so inherently static that it never occurs to anyone to do anything different.
Got this constant search for how to do something better, how to solve the problem, and he's just got insatiably curious, and he's one of those, there's a lot of scientists who can make the next incremental step, who can say, given the data available to me, I can do this now, I can do this now. There's loads of us who can do that. What Pat is one of the guys who can say, actually, we can do that, which is a step change leap away from what has been done before. And that is really the key to what makes him special, is that ability to conceptualize and state problems in a solvable way that nobody's ever been able to say before.
Animal farming industry is almost entirely responsible for a catastrophic collapse of global biodiversity. Today there are less than a third as many mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and fish living on Earth, pretty much across the diversity of wildlife, than there were just 50 years ago when I was a kid. You need to get people to change not their food choices, but the way it's made. So we need to, in other words, it's a technology problem. We're using the wrong technology to produce these foods. And actually, people who love meat, I think you'll understand it as intuitive, even though a lot of people think it's counterintuitive. They don't love the way their meat is made, okay? But the only meat that they ever considered to be worth eating was produced using animals as the production technology. That means that if you can come up with a better way of doing it, delivers all the things they care about, the deliciousness, protein, iron, and stuff like that, but make it differently. Actually, you have an advantage from that alone. People would rather have their meat made directly from plants than from the corpse of a cow or an animal, only as long as it's just as delicious and nutritionally equivalent or superior.